From Hollywood, Uncensored, the incomparable Charles Pierce, the world's greatest, funniest female impressionist. Featuring all the bawdy, beautiful, legendary ladies of the silver screen. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Charles Pierce.
Well, Rochester. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, isn't this something to chow, chow, chow about? Your over-the-hill valley girl is here. Death Valley girl. Really and for sure. $7.50, how's the makeup? Is it all right? I'm wearing street makeup. Asphalt and tile. When my makeup comes off, my head is about that big. I look like a garbanzo bean on a neck. It's frightening. Listen, if I had anything that long, I wouldn't have to be a female impersonator. Sit. Well, look. You've heard of women's wear daily. This is what men wear nightly. Oh, I read your mind. You think I look like John Houseman for Smith Barney? We make money the old-fashioned way. We earn it. I make money the old-fashioned way. That's right, I hustle. Years ago, I couldn't make up my mind in Hollywood. Should I become a hairstylist or a high-class Beverly Hills hooker? So I flipped a coin. Heads or tails? I do ask you to think from time to time. Listen, we have more one-liners than Beverly Sills had farewell performances, than Pavarotti had tummies. Oh, that man sits in front of his microwave oven and says, "Faster, faster!" What happens when you cross Billie Jean King and Bo Derek? You get a DC-10. That wears a loincloth and snap-on tools. And light bulb jokes. Oh, I love them. How many actresses does it take to screw in a light bulb? 50. 1 to climb the ladder and do it. 49 to look up and say, I could have played that part. Royal family jokes. Oh, that's awful. Every time they have sex, Princess Anne gets a cube of sugar. Well, they do say that Prince William does look like the palace intruder. Princess Diana, by the way, is pregnant again, and they have selected a name for the child, Up. Can you imagine? Here they come. Up, Chuck, and Die. You know, you put on a blonde wig and you become a mad, crazed person. You become Joan Kennedy. Thank God that shit's over with. I'd like a drink. You become Rose Kennedy. I hated her. She drove that night, you know. You read that Nancy Reagan borrowed all these jewels for the inaugural. She is not giving them back. They are in a vault in Santa Barbara. This is Nancy's singing debut. A kiss on the hand, Ronnie, quite continental. Diamonds are a girl's best friend. They can get their dishes back, but they're not getting their diamonds. See, you put on a blonde wig, you go, the greatest wig wearer of them all, Charles Pierce. No, Marie Antoinette. Oh, there was a late movie with Norma Shearer. Marie Antoinette, dainty queen of France. Surely not the only queen of history that lost her head over a basket. Oh, no.
I shall be Queen of France.
Clump. I told her not to go. Well, Dolly, just because I'm dressed like this doesn't mean I can't do a man, you know. Who wore a long blonde wig in Double Indemnity? Barbara Stanwyck. Oh, no. Oh, no, Walter, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Not the body on the railroad track bit again. Oh, no. Or Barbara Stanwyck in Union Pacific. Oh, no. Oh, no, Walter. Not the body on the railroad track bit again. Oh, no. She ended up on the Big Valley. Remember, Barbara? God, she was butch. Where in Stockton, California, in 1860, do you find a leather slack suit? Oh, no. It wasn't leather at all. Oh, Jared, we can't lose the ranch. Go out and milk those steers. She lost her ranch anyway. Couldn't keep her calves together. We've been fooling around with the voice of Judy Holliday.
Oh, hi, Harry. How are you? Hi, Harry. You think I'm dumb or something? I know Walt Whitman made chocolates. Harry, you know what this is? 5 of these. You said you made a groovy kind of love, Harry. How did I know it was at the corduroy rubber? Do me a favor, Harry. Drop dead.
Marilyn Monroe, another blonde. Who? That's Marilyn backwards. Ooh, this is my impression of the Reverend Moon. I was 8 before I was 7. I remember I was married to Jolton Joe DiMaggio. 1 ball. Oh, he had problems. He had terrible dandruff. My girlfriend said, give him head and shoulders. Oh, I said, how do I give shoulders? What about Carol Channing? It's Carol. I'm so cutesy pie I could puke. You know, I'm a Mormon from San Francisco. Brigham Young. Well, you know, Donnie and Marie are Mormons, but they've got to run across the state line of Utah just to say shit and run back. Wasn't it a marvelous day today? I went to the zoo with Doris Day's sister, Doodah. Doodah Day! And we went up to the monkey cages, and there were no monkeys, and so I said to the gamekeeper, I said, darling, Carol is here, and I would love to see the monkeys. And he said, well, they're in the back of their cages, and they're mating. I said, well, do you think they'd come out if I gave them a banana? He said, would you? I said, yes. I get around on tour, you know. I was in San Francisco recently where only the bridge is straight. And in Hollywood, but deep down someplace where it doesn't matter anymore. I'm just a Broadway baby. Wonderful. Walking off my tired feet. I'm pounding 42nd Street to be in a show. Lights by Mrs. God. Broadway, baby. Forget it. Learning how to sing and dance. I'm waiting for my one big chance to be in a show. I'll take it, Carol. Now, gee, I'd love to be on a marquee. All twinkling lights, a spark piercing the dark from Battery Park way up to Washington Heights. Someday, maybe, all my dreams will be repaid. Hell, I'd even play a maid to be in a show. Where are you, Gordon? I want to talk to you. Hey, Mr. Producer. Yeah, I'm talking to you, sir. I don't need a lot, only what I've got, plus a tube of grease paint, someone on a spot. I'm just a Hollywood baby. On the set at 8:15. I'm gonna be a movie queen and be in a show. Hollywood baby. On the casting couch at 9. So long to the boys on Vine. I'm in a show. Choreography. Now at my tiny flat, there's just a cat, a bed and a chair. Still, I'll stick it till I'm on that bill. All over Times Square. Someday, baby, if I stick it long enough, I might get to strut my stuff. An Emmy, a Tony, an Oscar, an Obie, I'll win them all working in a Broadway show. Take it please. We can't do a show without Mae West. And she can't do a show without us either. Oh, Frankie and Johnny. Oh, they were lovers. They were also hairstylists. Lordy, how they could tease. Ladies and gentlemen, from one high-heeled step beyond, from the Twilight Zone, the return of Mae West. Frankie and Johnny. Auga, auga. Used to work during World War II as a submarine horn. Auga! Dive, dive. This is the sacred burial ground for Tweety Bird. Raiders of the Lost Ark want that. It's an antique toilet paper roll from the Ming Dynasty. With all this horsehair and foam rubber and whalebone, I don't know whether I'm a great star or a five-piece room group at Levitt's Warehouse. Come up for an occasional piece in the living room sometime. Talking about a sectional. Frankie and Johnny Wilson. They were hairdressers. You know, I'll tell you one thing. That costume change takes a long time. You've got to remember I'm dead. Good. Someone remembered. Oh, I checked into heaven with a gorgeous sailor. Ankles away. And a beautiful marine. Gung-ho. And St. Peter said, now listen, you three, if you think dirty thoughts up here in heaven, your wings are going to crumple and fall off. I decided to check that one out, honey. I walked past the sailor, and his wings fell off. Good for me. But as he bent over to pick them up, the marine's wings crumpled and fell off. I was at the wrong gate. There you are, honey. Thank you, my mortician from Tarzana. Take that off. Be very careful. 49,000 Rhode Island Reds died for that. Frankie and Johnny. It's the only song I know. Sit. I was having a lovely drink at a bar in Las Vegas a few weeks ago, a health drink. Garlic juice and pineapple juice. Keeps you well. They can find you in the dark. I was smoking away. I was beautifully attired in my Orson Welles designer jeans. They're the ones with the elephant insignia on the back. That guy has sold his thighs as motorhomes. I was enjoying myself and Dale Evans came in. Miss Happy Trails. You could see them on her face. She caught me smoking. She said, you know, Miss West, I'd rather commit adultery than smoke in public. I said, so would I, honey, so would I. But what's adultery? That went out with Shirley Temple. I said, do me a favor, honey, put your dentures in backwards and bite your head off. She did. She looked better, too. I've always said that sex is a misdemeanor. The more you miss, the meaner you get. Sex is like bridge. If you don't have a good partner, you better have a good hand. That is the ultimate rejection when that hand goes to sleep. I love Las Vegas. I went up to the gambling tables a few weeks ago, and there was a tall, dark, and handsome croupier. He said, Miss West, I'd love to lay you 10-1. I said, an odd time, but I'll be there. If I'm not there by 1:30, go ahead without me. I woke up in a cow pasture outside of town. Ooh, there was a bull chasing me. I was tired, so I ran. it to a fence. I jumped over. There was an old farmer who said, "Hey there, lady, what's the matter? Can't you take it?" I said, "Honey, I could take it. But what would I do with a calf in a 3-room apartment?" Give me your rim shot, honey. They asked me the other day my definition of a perfect lover. Lie down. Time I'd go past a fire hydrant, that side goes up. Roddy McDowell may want me for Lassie, who knows? That's right. They asked me the other day my definition of the perfect lover. I had it for them, too. A man who can make love to you until 4 o'clock in the morning and then turn into a pizza. I gotta talk to these guys down front. You gotta see your mama every night. You can't see your mama at all. You gotta kiss your mama, kiss it and make it right. She won't be home if you call, not at all. Now I don't want your company. If you can 50-50 me, make it 69. You've gotta see your mama every night. You gotta see your mama. Oh, I know why they're called chokers. Cock ring for Liberace. Those trousers are tight, honey. You must have to shave your legs to get into them. Tight, tight trousers. I can see your religion. He's a Christian Scientist. He thinks it's big. Think more, honey, think more. Now, Monday night, I slept alone. Tedious. Tuesday night, you didn't phone. Oh, you're calling now, but it's off the hook. Wednesday night, you dropped a clued, and oh, if I lost this, honey, take it back, you know. May's dead, I can't remember the lyrics. I'm dead, but I won't lie down. Now, Wednesday night, you dropped a lute. I got it. Thursday night, you watched the tube. Friday night, you dodged my path. And on Saturday night, you took your bath, about time too. Sunday night, get up! Oh, called on me, but you brought some poppers instead of tea. I see your mama every night. Your mama here right. I want the Anne Margaret oxygen mask. Oh. May can't bend down and pick that up. Oh, yes, I can. Got your picture. You know, I did this number for the boys in San Quentin prison a few weeks ago. Dottie must be doing something somewhere. She doesn't want that boa on her piano. That's right, I entertained the Creak! I entertained the boys in San Quentin prison. Hi there. They loved me. I loved them. The boys loved me. The warden loved me. I loved the warden. Warden loved the boys. Oh, it was a hell of an afternoon. I'll tell you that. I said, Warden, May is in town. I want to see a hardened criminal. It took me 2 weeks to crawl back across the bridge. But I was still singing this song. Oh, you gotta see your mama every night. and I'm pouring tea. No, no. You've got to see your mama. See your oh. See this face, honey? It's leaving town in 5 minutes. Be on it. Oh, you can. See your mama. Oh, take me home the long way through Altadena.
We must warn you. Her costume has fallen apart. Her shoulder pads have pooped out. Her lips have gone to the Smithsonian Institute as pet rocks. It's Mommy Dearest.
Together now. No more wire hangers! Look what they do to armpits! You will use these! I'm Mommy Dearest, motion picture star, Pepsi-Cola freak. My lips could dismantle a tractor. And have. And I'm in control! You have to be when you're wearing a bracelet like that. I hate dirt. Dirt is on your instrument. That man plays dirty. There may be dirt on this piano. Mommy Dearest must Brillo pad earth. Cleanliness is next to Hollywood Boulevard. Helga, comma, the maid. That's her name, Helga, comma. She cleaned today. There is no dirt on that piano. Now, Mommy Dearest has nothing to bitch about. I know, I'll call Christina. I want Christina out here now. And to think that she was a graduate of the Pasadena Playhouse. It's just a doll.
Mama, yo quiero. Mama, yo quiero. Dash your pet to mama.
Mommy Dearest is turning into a marionette. How clever. It's just a doll. The real Christina died many weeks ago in her FAO Schwartz toy gas chamber. I fed her a 9-course Mexican dinner and she went in and gassed herself to death! You've been naughty, Christina. You didn't trim under Mommy Dearest's armpits. Yeah, look at that flunkin'. Now you're going to get it. You've always been jealous of me. Ever since I took your toy dishes and made earrings out of them. Would you like to touch Christina? Touch her! You're going to be chastised. Okay, shoot. I can't wait to hear what you're going to do to me now! You are going to do 49 laps around the pool. And if you're lucky, I'll fill it with water. It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are? Uh-huh. I'm writing another book about you, you old bitch. That did it. I'm getting out of here. Come on. Ladies and gentlemen, the Crystal Palace Ragtime Orchestra. Gentlemen, from The Lion in Winter, Katharine Hepburn. Thank you. Hello. Hello. The gala lilies are in bloom again. Hello. I'm going to do a scene, or you. What happened? I'm only trying to do my act. Somebody's snapping at my ass like the dogs on Eva. On the ice. I'm going to do a scene for you from Lion in Winter, Pussy in Summer. I can't tell you what happened in the fall, but it might as well be spring. Lion in Winter, set in the year 1132. That was an era of drabness and dullness. No one was gay. They were glum. Imagine going to your first glum bar. You're not imagining, dear. Mother saying, have a glum time, but be home early. Oh, Lion in Winter, I remember. I'm going to take this off. It's bugging the hell out of me. There. My wedding ring. I was married to King Henry. He was a bisexual. He liked sex twice a year. I was cinco-sexual. 5 people in a sink and you are cooking! Hello. I remember my pictures. Yes, there was the Lion in Winter.
And then there was the new one, what's it called, on Goldie Hawn? I'm glad I have the strength to move that. On Goldie Hawn, I may do the theme song from that, you know. I borrowed it from Patti Page's repertoire. Patti Page? You remember her? That doggy in the window was just her reflection. If you're deaf from traffic and city noise, you can't make your mind up if it's girls or boys. Then pack a sack and head for Golden Pond. Run around in the strawberry patch, Norman, you old poop. If your mind is going and you're under stress, well, find some weeds and get undressed. You'll love to skinny dip on Golden Pond. Do your backflip off the diving board, Jane. Show us your well high-toned body. Swimming nude can make you feel so neat. And what's dangling, the fish won't eat. Maybe Walter, that trout they were trying to catch. Church bells chiming on a Sunday noon remind me that it's time to call the loon. Loon! Loon! I went through 2 sets of lips. Then we called Abby Rents. If you're fond of smooching and you're with someone, romance by moonlight can be lots of fun. Let's all go suck face. You didn't see the picture, did you? Down on Golden. You know, dear, when you have 4 Academy Awards, you can do any fucking thing you want. Why do you say You know, I didn't tell them that I played Eleanor of Roosevelt in Lion in Winter. Eleanor of, not Eleanor, Aquitaine, that was the part I played. Eleanor Roosevelt, I remember her, feisty old broad. Franklin! If you can have a mistress, so can I. Lorena Hickok wanted to see the inside of a national monument. So I let her. These children don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm talking about. My pictures. Guess who's coming to throw up dinner? The African queen. No one you'd know. Charlie, you're covered with leeches. Leeches, Charlie. Horrible leeches. He loves me. He loves me not. He loves me. Charlie, I didn't realize that's not a leech. Suddenly last summer, do you remember, I had a gay son, Sebastian. How gay was Sebastian, someone may query. He'd had his entire body tattooed as a Gucci bag. that's pretty damn gay. You know, I did do a Broadway musical a long time ago called Coco. I am going to do this number, and you are all going to go to the bars and get pissy-ass drunk. Maybe. It's from Coco. Do you remember? I was Gabrielle Chanel, dress designer. Mr. Blackwell, eat your heart out. Dress designer in the 20s. She gave the world costume jewelry. Did you think those were real? Did you? They are. It's my hands that are costume jewelry. She put women into simple little basic black dresses, and she put them into slacks, which pleased the other women who were already wearing them. Gertrude Stein used to come to the shop all the time and say things like, "Right on, Coco. I think you're doing one hell of a job." Scared the hell out of me. I said, "Take the big pattern and go." As a child, I grew up in Paris. Nothing else going on at the time. I just went with it. I grew up rich and famous, but always Gabrielle Chanel! Thank you. Then you do know who I am? How nice. Really nice. Peachy keen. I've never been so relaxed. I took a Valium a year ago. I should like to do a scene for you from all of my films. We might be here until
Angie Dickinson combs her hair. Until Shelley Winters dies of anorexia. How the hell do you have sex with Shelley Winters? Roller and flour, look for a wet spot. Darling, I lost my cigarette. Who has a cigarette in the front row? Thank you. I knew you would. I knew you'd have a cigarette for me. You don't have a cigarette. Thank you. Lit! You saw that! You saw that! You didn't see that. You're still dusting your instrument. Darling, I'm sorry, I must have a cigarette. They say for every cigarette you smoke, you lose 2 minutes off your life. I should call my doctor and tell him I died 80 years ago. I've always had to rely upon the kindness of strangers. And you are a stranger. And that could be a rely. Every line can't be a zinger. I'll never forget my films, and I will never let you forget my films. Especially the stinkers, Beyond the Forest. I was Rosa Maline. Thank you, movie buffs. Rosa Maline, a 12 o'clock girl in a 9 o'clock town. Waiting for 2 a.m. with 5 o'clock shadow. Oh, I was all fucked up. I really was. Crawling up the railroad tracks to Chicago with peritonitis. A Greek I picked up in a bar, not bad. In a little town called Kansas City, New Mexico. What a dump! The tide went out one day and never came back. The Avon lady was a Hindu. Instead of ringing your doorbell, she'd tinkle on your front lawn. The one female impersonator was a woman. Debbie Reynolds. Oh, I wish I hadn't done that. This isn't a wig, you know. I have loose scalp. I could do the little foxes, but no! Liz Taylor's been touring in that one. Liz is rather pretty now, isn't she? Pretty, pretty, pretty. A year ago, she was pretty fat. Don't you know? She went to a fat farm and lost 40 pounds, all mascara. I caught her shopping at Woolworths the other day for stretch jewelry. I said, Liz! Yes, you. Liz, darling, you know you're fat when the crotch on your caftan is tight. think I'm kidding? She stood on a corner in Beverly Hills. The cops drove by and told her to break it up. And then there was that picture with J.C. Joan Crawford. Dead, you know. And she'll never let us forget it. I've written a letter to Daddy. His address is heaven above. Joan was Blanche Hudson. She was sick. She was old. She was tired. She was sick and tired of being old. She was a cripple in a wheelchair. Pity. She always got so upset when I used to do jokes about her. Blanche, what's the hardest thing to eat in a vegetable? A wheelchair! Oh, Jane, you're so cruel. So evil. Is that my dinner? Yeah, it's your din-din. I basted it in Pepsi. It's a dead bird! Eat it! Jane, that's a tongue sandwich. I never eat anything out of an animal's mouth. Would you like some eggs? What are you talking about? You looking for sympathy, Blanche? You can find it right in the dictionary. It's between shit and suicide. Oh, Jane, you really are off your rocker tonight. You really are. What are you talking about? I was kind to you once, Blanche. I took you to San Francisco in your wheelchair. Do you remember, up Highway 5? Before it was open. Took you to the top of Lombard Street, that crookedy little tourist street, and gave you in your wheelchair a push. Your spiked jogging tennies digging into the concrete. By her lips did a U-turn right around the Coit Tower. Remember what happened next? Miss Showbiz. Oh, yes, I do, Jane. A seagull flew right overhead and did doo-doo all over your face. Oh, I remember I said, run, quickly, get the toilet paper. I said, what are you talking about? 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 By the time I got back, that bird's ass would be halfway across the Pacific. I have hickeys now. You wouldn't treat me this way if I wasn't a cripple in a wheelchair. But you are. You are, Blanche. You are.
Ladies and gentlemen, Charles Pierce.
welcome to the first annual farewell performance. I've got 68 more to go. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Our whole show has been an illusion, you know that. Just an illusion. Want to buy an illusion, slightly used, secondhand. Such romantic illusions, reaching high, built on sand. They have a touch of paradise, a spell you can't explain. For in this crazy kind of paradise, you are in love again. Want to buy an illusion, slightly used, just like new. Such romantic illusions, they were done, now they're through. We played them all for laughs. It was strictly ingenue. So take an illusion, all for fun, and all just for you. Thank you, darling. Thank you. Bill Masonheimer, ladies and gentlemen. I was married once. I'm one of the boys who's one of the girls. I wear my hair short, I wear it in curls. Hey, I can be campy, I can be straight. Shall we talk about that later in the dressing room? Sometimes I'm even my very own date. Not tonight, Charles. You have a headache. In spite of the dress, the finesse, and the poise, I'm one of the girls who's really one of the BOYSGIRS.